Hello, I'm Regdrin, and commentating along with me is Jay.
Hello.
Starting the second episode, and auto-aim is still off.
No pain, no gain.
Okay. I'm excited.
Now, one thing I didn't expect in the second episode was for the character to go after the boss right away. I thought it was gonna happen at least a couple levels afterwards.
Right, yeah. I'm surprised that they made you... I'm surprised that you had to wait for the next episode. I was super hyped about it, and then it just kind of cut off, and I was like, oh, okay, so now I gotta play the rest of the stuff. So
yeah. Also, let's not sugarcoat it. This game can be pretty racist at times. I mean, you heard the song, Gentry Down in the Stream.
Yeah, the broken English. I know that was a subject to a lot of controversy back in the day, and I know 3D Realms, basically their excuse was just they wanted to make a fun game.
They also said they wanted it to be like a bad kung fu movie.
Yes, yeah. So I guess.
So they probably knew how bad it was when they were doing it. In fact, they had to. They were doing it on purpose, after all.
Yeah, his I know his voice actor is actually a white guy, which makes I guess kind of sort of makes sense.
Probably the only guy they could get to do something like that.
Yes, probably true.
Yeah. And oh look, a cute little crab.
Do they? If you go all the way down to the bottom of that pit, well, I guess you'll run out of air. But I wonder if
actually, that's where I'm going. You'll
great.
See why in just a sec.
Secrets.
Yep. Now this pool is kind of tricky because if you stay right in the center and shoot the coolies and they explode, they'll just hurt you.
Right.
But if you back off from one, another can move around and explode. So you gotta be kind of careful managing them all.
Okay. So let me see. And also the explosion radius for the coolies you can't hurt other coolies with that explosion radius, correct?
Actually, they can blow each other up if you get them close to each other. And that's pretty handy because when a coolie is blown to bits instead of just shot,
right.
The coolie ghost will not appear after that.
Okay, not bad. Not bad.
Yeah. Now, I got the grenade launcher, but that'd be a bad weapon to use to break open that wall.
Right.
Also, don't waste any time getting out because, well, take a look.
Huh. Interesting.
Oh yeah, you'll get crushed, and then there are explosions there to blow you up, just to be sure.
Yeah, I've noticed the blast radius for someone on some of these portions, I didn't use the grenade launcher until later, but I've noticed that the grenade launcher and the sticky bombs, the blast radius for those things, if you're using them to open walls, is insane.
Yeah, their blast radius in general is huge. And that's why the grenade launcher is best used around corners and things.
Right.
Missile launcher is fine for direct shots, though.
Yeah.
And there's a shadow ninja over there, so I'm not taking any chances.
Do you go back to pick up the shurikens at all, or?
Not really. I don't use them that often,
Okay.
especially when I have the more advanced stuff like dual Uzi or riot gun.
Right, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I love the grenade launcher, man. I really do. I love that and the dual Uzis. I think that, the sword, and the dual Uzis are hands down,
Turrets are fun, too.
They are, yeah, the turrets are really fun. Some of the shooting sections and things like that, so.
In that sequence, you gotta be really quick to shoot everything because some of those guys have rocket launchers, and, well, you can't move very much when you're in there.
Right. I also, what tripped me up? This part right here, where you're supposed to blow out the bottom of that.
Oh yeah, if you throw a sticky bomb there, it'll barely move at all, so you'll probably get blown up. So what I do is just drop a grenade in there.
Oh, that is a smart way to go. I actually did the sticky bomb thing and died, so...
Wow.
So LOLs to me, but...
I don't remember dying, but I did take a lot of damage, so I figured there's gotta be a better way.
Yeah.
Oh, look, you coming
So
I'm especially annoyed that because of the placement of the sticky bombs, it's pretty obvious that designers wanted you to use those to blow open walls, but it's actually a pretty bad weapon for that because it has a really big radius.
Right. I'm also noticing that you're using and this is exactly what I do, against the ghosts that come out of the coolies. You're using the sword.
Oh yeah.
Against those guys. Yeah, that's. I also use that too. It's very very convenient.
It's very efficient. It saves ammo. Also, you can't actually shoot them while they're sort of rising up from the body.
Right, correct.
The bullets will go right through them. And, well, there are a couple of guys that just sort of crouch and will constantly shoot if you walk out before prepping
Right.
the area with grenades.
Yeah, very true. Yeah. Loving the dual Uzis, man. Those things are great. And I love that animation where, like, and this is where, like, everything kind of differs a little bit, you know, over as far as Duke.
Well, I know that in Duke there's a certain kind of, well, actually the more common type of enemy that'll sometimes not die immediately. It'll just sort of crouch down, grabbing at its throat.
Yeah.
Similar sort of thing. But in this game, it's to your benefit to kill them before they choke to death.
Right.
And the reason is, if they die in that way and fall over, they'll never drop any ammo for you.
I did not know that. Very interesting.
The same thing happens if they commit suicide.
Ah.
It's best to kill them before they can do that.
Okay. Very interesting. Using the rocket launcher, very smart stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially against the Shadow Ninja, you take no chances with those guys.
Right. I actually thought that that silver key back there, I thought that was something you had to, like, jump to. I didn't know. I wasn't even looking. I didn't know it was like an actual walkway. So that's like a bridge to get to that you jump.
Oh yeah.
When you're on the bridge.
And
so.
here's a Guardian. This is a new enemy introduced in this level.
Yes.
And I'll go over a couple more tactics next level. Now, you might not see what I'm shooting at here, which is not too surprising because there were a couple of Shadow Ninjas there.
Huh.
I like sword. That's a person.
Not anymore.
Very true. Yeah, smart use of weapon management. I'm noticing a lot, so this is really fun to watch, just because, yeah, it's very smart use of the railgun, and then going back to the Uzis and then the sword for the coolies. It's very fun stuff to watch.
And the reason that I'm switching to the railgun to finish them off is because if you blow up Guardians, they have a chance of dropping Guardian heads, which is a really good weapon.
Right.
Unfortunately, the random number generator didn't go my way. And here, I'm using the fist for a reason too, which is if you use your bare hands on those Guardians, they won't fire their eye fireballs at you.
Wow. Okay, didn't know that. Huh.
And if you position yourself carefully, your punching range is slightly better than their sword swinging range. The bad news is, even though they sort of get torn apart sometimes when you punch them, it still doesn't count as an explosive death, so
Right.
you won't get the Guardian heads.
Huh. Can you kill? Are there also some of the higher level enemies that you can actually kill with the swords, or is it just not advised except for the lower?
You can kill Rippers with them. I plan to do that a couple of times. You pretty much can kill a whole lot of things. It's just that there's some that use really dangerous weapons, like the thugs with rocket launchers.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
better not to take a chance with that.
Definitely. Yeah, those guys
Yeah.
are pretty difficult. I've died several times over the course of these levels, running into people with
The railgun is also nice for blowing Rippers up if you want to get a Ripper heart, because they tend to get in your face, and it's usually not good to use a rocket or a grenade when they do that.
Right. Yeah. Awesome use of the fist, though. I know you can take damage if you're hitting certain surfaces, but you can also get health as well, which I'm sure you guys probably explained earlier on. So.
Well, what happens is, if you punch a wall... By the way, that was extremely risky. I did not expect this guy to just rush at me.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to stay in the room and I just hit him with a rocket, but nope, rushed in, used a flash bomb, almost got me killed. Really scary. I thought I would have to restart the run when that happened.
And not bad at all, man. Sometimes you just gotta hit him with a little martial arts. Nothing wrong with Jackie Chan sometimes. Totally okay.
I'm more of a Bruce Lee fan, personally.
Yeah, Bruce Lee stuff is good. His movie has been coming on like all week, man. There's been a lot of Bruce Lee stuff coming on the action channel, so very interesting to watch him again.
Now, this secret that I'm about to open up is a little more complicated than most. You'll notice that I stepped on the previous Buddha statue before, and
Yes.
it lowered.
The Chinese
You have to do that to both of them because there are two doors in front of that secret.
Oh, okay. So so that was one of them choking. Okay.
And you were actually correct about jumping to get the silver key.
Yeah.
If you just walk under it, you don't get it.
Right, yeah.
As I forgot.
They made it look like you had to go out and like get some sort of like ancient stool to stand on just to grab it. That's what I thought at first, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, you can just jump. So
you actually can jump on the head of an enemy to do that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, there's a speed run I saw that did that. I mean, I appreciate that you think I'm doing a good job, but if you ever want to feel inadequate at a video game, just watch someone speedrun it. Trust me. There are some amazing things that speedrunners do. I'm nowhere near that level.
Oh, man. I actually feel inadequate at this puzzle because, oh, man.
I hope you remember your primary colors from grade school.
Yes, from art classes. Oh, man. You know, and I figured that. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, so I'm just going to start making the colors, and it didn't work. I'm like, oh, great, so I'm not putting the correct colors in sequence, so thank you. And they always say school, you know.
Yeah, you just look at the color of the door and match that.
Yeah, so totally glad school is good for gaming as well, just in case people don't know that. Art school. Stay in school, kids. Art
yeah,
class.
so I'm preparing for the boss battle right here. And I seriously thought that I already mentioned this, but one thing that they add to this in the higher difficulty level is those huge rippers that chase you around while you're trying to do stuff.
Yes. Oh man, yes.
And I kind of like this boss design actually. In the first fight in the shareware episode, they make it a lot easier because the arena is much safer. There aren't those pits of lava that you might fall into.
Huh. Do the floating like Doom type skulls? Do they have any?
Oh yeah, sometimes he'll throw them at you and they explode like a grenade, like that.
Okay.
I mean, if I just stood in place, I would have probably just gotten blown up.
Wow, this boss. Yeah, it didn't. I don't think this boss gave me too much trouble, but I was playing on one of the normal difficulties. But yeah, I can see. I don't think Indiana Jones had to deal with any of this stuff in the Temple of Doom at all. But it's.
Yeah, well, he had to deal with stuff like huge spiders, though, so it could be worse.
Oh man, very true.
I try to be clever here. I mean, I picked up another warhead in one of the pits, so I might as well use that. Sadly, it didn't do quite enough damage. Would have been stylish. Well, it could have been worse. I mean, all those skulls explode when you kill it, so I could have just gotten a double kill. I mean, that'd be kind of frustrating.
Right. Oh man, wow. I noticed that there are lots of the fortune cookies that you ran into. There's like a bunch of fortune cookies on the ground. Now, do those go towards the achievements? I don't do all
No, those don't count as a secret because they're right there.
Okay.
Oh, well, they do count towards the Steam achievement, though.
Okay.
And we're at the end of the level, so we'll talk to you later.
Later, guys.
Oh, bitte Zipfly.